Hi everyone, welcome back to Space Engineers Complex Creations. Okay, so in the last episode we left off where we had made this here miner, and then we talked about making some sort of a portable rig that would push a piston down into the ground with two drills on it either side and just go on down and make a tunnel going straight into something. So it'll involve having to make like calculations and stuff. So I have been thinking about this here overnight just as I slept on it, and I was thinking I might actually use a script block on this here with my own custom script, because what I was thinking of doing was, well, I've used timer blocks before, you know, to do like a whole system where it'll push this forward, connect this merge block, pull the piston back, connect with another merge block here, and then repeat that where it keeps pushing it down and down and down, and then it has to reverse itself to come back out again. But with a script block, we can do that all with one single block instead of having load timer blocks. And in my opinion, it's easier to set that up with a script than it is with a timer block. And the other thing as well is scripts can check parameters as well. Like for example, the merge block checks to see if it's lined up and all that there prior to connecting it and that there before it initiates the next sequence. Whereas timer blocks don't really do that. You could use event controllers, but it's a whole mess of stuff. The other thing as well about the script block is we could have a display on it, and all you have to do is you input in your, like say for example, the coordinate. So like say for example you go 100 meters down below, and then you have another coordinate here. So you have a coordinate there and a coordinate there in terms of meters. And for example, if you want a degree, mining degree of say that's like 20 degrees I think if it was, what this will tell you to do is how far back to go with it. So it'll tell you to go back say 200 meters and begin the drilling process. And what will happen is as it goes down and mines its way down into it, it should hit this coordinate down below, the 100 meter one, should hit it right on the point. And it'll involve having to use trigonometry, something I haven't done since secondary school, which is over 11 years ago. I've never used it. I use things like SolidWorks and AutoCAD do that for me, and in fact I probably won't be able to use them. I might be able to simulate it using that, but I'll have to actually do proper calculations and stuff on the script block in order to perform that. So anyway, without further ado, let's design something up. Now we have to remember this here has to be portable, so it has to be on some sort of you know, it has to be drivable. However, I'm wondering if we could get away with doing this with a small grid. And the reason why I don't want to use small grid is because pistons don't go that far. Pistons only go 2 meters on small grid, whereas they go 10 meters on large grid. And obviously you don't want something going too slow, you want something to go like quite fast. So yeah. So I think what we'll do is we'll focus on making the drilling part first, and then we'll we'll focus on the drilling part first, and then we'll worry about the transportation method later on. So something about that there height would be good. It is close to the ground, but yeah. In fact, I'm gonna make this a wee bit taller. Yeah, let's make it a wee bit taller. Just gonna put that on top of it. I would say that is high enough. I'm just gonna take away those there. I'm gonna take all them away and delete this here. I think that's a high enough one, because then you can put your wheels off either side here. And in fact, let's just check to see if you can put your wheels straight on that. That's actually perfect height. No, I need to double check as well. This isn't a no cobalt challenge. This is quite literally being designed to go on the hardcore survival series, because we haven't found cobalt yet. In fact, I am going to talk about that in the next episode as well. I haven't recorded that episode yet, but whenever I do, I'm going to mention something about cobalt that is Not so great news, but I'll get around to that. Don't want to go off topic. If anybody is really confused, it's a different series, Space Engineers. Now, I think we'll limit this here to 20 degrees, so let's do that. Let's see. Well, obviously not that there, but we do want a limit. What's the current? Oh, it's at -30. Okay, so we want to go to a lower limit of 20. And an upper limit of 0 that's flat. Right. So we need a battery to power that so that we can see it in motion. This is temporary. Hasn't left it there for some reason. Why is that? Because I haven't said something there, have I? Ah, there we go. So that'll go flat, and then reversing it will take it to 20 degrees. Right. So that's our pretty much that'll be our deciding factor there. Now, this is going to quite literally caterpillar its way down, so it needs to be able to support itself as it's doing it. So, let's take this block back to about there, and let's take this one here back. Right, so we've got this. I'm going to... Well, we need to see what way this here is going to get added on. Like, is it going to be one block above this here and then have the drills on it, or is it going to be flush with this? The other thing as well is it going to be conveyors? Or... No, it'll not be conveyors. Because what I'll probably do is, in the survival world, I'll probably have it where I'll just add a block, no, just an unwelded piece in between as it goes along, and then just use the same grid to power itself. So let's imagine that we're building these here on it. Right, so that's that. Then what you do is you'll have possibly merge blocks in between. Now these will have to be... Ooh, these are expensive. What's the merge block? Use 12, 15, 2 motors, 6 large tubes. It's quite expensive for that, so we obviously want to keep this relatively cheap. Let's get a piston. So we'll have a piston, say here. It's, oh no, it'll have to be one block above it. Right, so let's imagine that's there, right? Then we have a piston. And then we'll have a merge block on the end of it. So this will be the crawler block. Hold on. No. Yeah. No, it'll be merge block will be on the end of it. So it'll be... Unless we get 2 connectors. Can we get large grid? Ah, we can. What I was thinking was if we have connectors instead and then use the merge blocks to line them up. That's a different thing. So we've got those there. Yeah, and you add these pieces in between. Yeah, so there's going to be a merge block, say here. Say one here. So what it'll do is that'll push down, but how far will that push? So it goes 1 block. I think it's only 2 blocks, isn't it? 2 blocks. 3 blocks. 4 blocks. Oh, it's 4 blocks. Before it has to go down again. So we put a merge block on the end of this. And 2 drills on it. And obviously the drills will be right click. Do we want to take the material though from it? That's the other thing. Do we want to take the material? Or is this just tunneling only? No, we'll do tunnel only. Yeah, we'll pull that back. And then 7 there. So 2 either side. And let's give it a run. So this is a wee bit complicated. Because we need to add pieces in between. Right, so let's see. What we'll do is we'll put a cockpit on it. It's a wee bit complicated than what I've used to doing before. Oh. Cockpit. I thought there was. What the hell? What's the hell? Since when's this been a thing? Oh. Let's see. Block tools. There we go. So they're going to do that there, and then we'll do a piston reverse. So they're going, and then we do. Or it could crawl its way up. There we go. So we hold that there. And then that one just has to meet with that one. Ah, I see it can't. That's such a shame there. Yeah, it needs to go back 1 block. It needs to go back to there. So that's a merge block there. And in fact, no, let's redo that whole thing there. So it's 2 blocks. Merge block. Drills either, let me see, 5. Drills go on either side of that. There. And here. And let's take it back. Because I realized I'm doing this really awkwardly. This could all go down very, very handily. So all we have to do is take that one back. And I would say that would connect there with it. But it's not too far. Even if I can go give that a 1 block. So what's the... See, let's control this here because I need a maximum here. need to set this here right. Let's do a minimum distance of 2.5. Right, so what's that? Is that at 1 block? Slightly, just need to go a wee tad bit back. Oh. 2.4? 2.3 maybe? Yeah, that looks like it there. It looks bang on there. So 2.3 is the minimum, where that's 1 block. Yeah. And then what will happen is there'll be another one on this one here. So we'll have this, that, remove that. Then what happens is that will go all the way up to there. Can we get one in between? Will that push its way down if they're every 2 blocks, say? So let's put another one here. Let's try this and get our. We could almost control this ourselves. Where do I keep? Oh, it's number 7. Right, let's give this a go again. So it is block tools. We'll do all blocks and the piston to reverse. Okay. Hopefully it just goes enough to go into that, connect with that other one there. That's that. And then what you do is you disconnect this one here and you bring it. So that becomes. And then this one here connects back in with it. So it's 2. That should connect in with that other one. And you have to keep building it as you go along. In worst case now, we'll just drop the drills down a small bit and that'll give us clearance for down below. That connects in with that, and now we just resume the process with this. Turn that one off and reverse it again. Let's try that. What's happening here? Why isn't that pushing forward? Oh, they're there to the side. Something's not right here with this piston. Definitely on. Maximum distance 10 meters. It's not working for some reason. It's not pushing that out. That's connected there. Let's try this here again. Should work. It used to work that way. So that comes back. Then you disconnect that. Let's see what happens here now. Right, that goes there. Then you unclick this one. Oh, has this become a station? Has that what's happened? I think it's because it's a station. I think it's... that's what's happened. Something's not right anyway. I'm actually gonna drop them drills down a slight tad. So we'll have 2 blocks. Oh. Let's drop it back. No, something's not right here at all. Let's delete that actually. Oh, the whole thing is like sort of messed a wee bit. So that's going there. That's going there. Then we get the piston. It is going in here. And then it is 5. That. Then a merge block. And then two drills. Trying to just think of something that's... So the drills have to be pushed down one. I suppose it could go 1. No harm in going 1. And then drills. Yeah, like that. So it needs to start way up there, so it'll have to snake its way back up again. And then it's merge block. Right. Oh. No, something's not right. Ah, it's too far back. Right, let's bring it back. We'll go forward with it. Oh, this is disastrous, so it is. I wonder if that will go back far enough to touch there. Oh. Will that one go back far enough? It could be that it's just not far enough for the thing there. Right, that's that. Now, just need to take this off. See, it's treating that as a... I don't know what's happening here. Oh, it's joining the blocks together. I see what it's doing now. So we'll have to move the blocks in between. Right, I see. So that's going... So it needs to have minimum of 2.4, I think it was, 2.3. So you'll have a... Yeah, they're going to have to be done in a way where they can't join other stuff. try that again. So it was treating it as one big block. But now we can't have that because it's that'll join that to that, and that becomes this here. Right, so let's see, let's make a couple of modifications here. So this is going to have to be, I would say, conveyor junctions, just to save on the use of stuff. I know this sounds very complicated, or I'm making this seem very complicated, but trust me when I say this will all make sense. That's not joined to that, is it? No. Right. Let's make a couple of changes here. That's going there. Let's make, well, let's leave that for there for now. So we get our piston back. And replace that with that. So that's going there. That's going to be 2 of these, which join on to, I suppose we could keep it all in one conveyor. That joins on to this. Which then goes to another conveyor. I'm just putting conveyor in because it's the only way to get blocks to go in between. So that's gonna go. I need the other one, the one where it's like the T-junction and stuff. Or not the T-junction, the one with the curve. There it is. Let's see, we get the one with the hook. That's going there. Then it's going to be the junction. And then your 2 drills going on the end of that. And they're either side, so they shouldn't have any interference. They shouldn't merge in with that stuff. There we go. That looks like it will do the job there now. So let's set that up. So that's going there. So let's set the minimum again of this here for 2.3 minimum and refresh. I'm hopefully we'll be able to build this here onto it. So you would do that, and then you get your 9. Aha! And then what will happen is, you put your other one there. That's your second one, and that's the one that'll use the snake along. So we need a maximum, and I think it's to go back. Oh, it's connected there already. That's good. And then this disconnects from this here. Yeah, so we need to put the control up on this. Probably goes on the side of it or something. Right, so what we'll have is, we'll have this one here, so merge block rear, merge block front. These are going to turn on and off. I'm going to rename these properly, but this is just for the sake of doing this here. So what will happen is you'll have this, where you'll have this here, and then you'll have a reverse the piston, and then you'll toggle your rear and your front. Obviously they would alternate. Okay. So let's see. We need to bring it back first. So I'm going to unclip the front one, which is number 4, and reverse. So I need to get rid of that. I don't think it's... unless that's joined onto that, has it? What? I thought that was turned on. How did that turn off? That's so weird. Hold on. Oh, why can't I join that onto that? I'm just gonna have to delete these couple of blocks here. Bring it back all the way. Oh, because this was in the way. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, it does make sense. We've got too many blocks there, that's why. Right, let me bring it down until it does work. There we go. There we go. Right, let's get rid of all this rubbish. Keep that on it for now and get that merge block. That's that connected there. We can remove that one. And we can remove that. And we can take this back. Let me see if we check to see if that turns it on and off. For it. Yeah, it does. And reverse. It does. One goes here. And then that connects onto here. As number 4. There we go. That's merged onto that. So let's start this here again. So it is number 4. What? How does that come off now? Is that seriously become... does that actually... yeah, that's not a mountain part on it. You can only put it on the front. So why does that come off? It makes no sense. To start that bit again. It makes no sense why it's done that. Would it just be as good? serious? There we go. Wasn't so hard, was it? So that's one block. Should be one block now. Swear to God. There's gonna be so much added in this here. Right, now we take it back. Oh, doesn't know what that is. Let's see, that's front. That's rear. Front and rear. So we've got that, and then we've got the piston, reverse, and then we've got the rear first, and then the front. So that comes back. Turn back on number 4. That becomes there. Yeah. Oh. What's that noise? So let's start this here again. So what will happen is we do that. We unclip number 4. Why does it fall off? I don't know. Why does it fall off? It makes no sense. Right, so it's gonna have to be 2 blocks above. Right. Right, let's do version 2. So it's gonna be 2 blocks above it. Or whatever. And then it's going to be piston. Piston. Oh, we have piston there. Two blocks on it. I'm gonna go with the half blocks. These wee half ones here. Well, it shouldn't make a difference having to go up that height, should it? Oh, we didn't set the minimum as 2. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't need to be that high off the ground though. It never did. I always remember building these before. You put your merge block here. Let's set this here as a minimum of 2.3. Does that join with... It shouldn't. That shouldn't join with other blocks. I don't want to have to make this unnecessarily big. Right. Right, let's do a bit of a work in here. This is going to have to change a wee bit. That's going back there. That's going there. That's number 4. Then that's going to be that, and a merge block underneath that. Which is going to be set at let's set the maximum this here is 2.3. Maximum. Oh, just do it on this here, it'll be easier. Maximum distance of no, minimum distance of 2.3. There we go. So that becomes there, so it won't merge with this. So that's the minimum. Why is that now 2 blocks? So if you want to move that. So it's 3 blocks in between now. 1, 2, 3. So, oh. 3 blocks in between, is that? Right. That's okay. And then what we'll do is we will set the block off and move this forward. Why is it detached from that? Why does it is it set to auto detach? Why is it detaching? Never used to do that. Unless I'm being stupid here and joining things up wrong here, but let's test that again. That shouldn't be doing that. Right. And then it goes forward. Then this uncouples. And comes in closer. Right, so that merge block's actually supposed to be under that. Right, okay. Okay. the way it's supposed to be. And then that'll come out. Yeah, I fixed that there now. So that's okay. So, right, let's reverse that back up. That connects in with that. And then you have your other piece, which is here. 2. There we go. Now we put our drills on it, where they will 5. Like this. Now they shouldn't join with Eton. There we go. They're not joining with Eton. Yeah. Well, they shouldn't anyway. And because they're that height, we can't put this here on it. We'll set that back up again. So G block tools that. This one here is reverse. And oh, need to set up this here. So that's your front. And this is your rear. Front and rear. So you got your rear and front. So let's do the front one first, which is 4. And reverse. And then we turn back on number 4. Then we release number 3. Take that in. Turn back on number 3 once it comes past that. Then we release number 4. While holding right click. And then we turn back on number 4. And this is where we build on newer sections. It's a shame we can't add anything on there. Because of that, the way that's dug that. Will that always be the case going down that though? Oh wait, the whole thing is supposed to be down lower, another 2. I forgot we had to go down 2. That's going there, that's going there. Number 8's going here. They're going... They're going down closer, I forgot. Completely forgot. So right, let's take them back. And then we release 3 and 2. Turn back on number 3. Now turn off number 4. Oh. Is there a safety detach on this? Oh, maybe not. She's getting a wee bit angry. It'll be alright. Let's sit in it anyway. I'll take it back. Oh! Oops. I pressed the wrong button. But that did work in general. Right. I'm gonna skip this to the part where I actually do get that working back again. I just pressed the wrong button there for clipping it. Right. Let me do that. Okay, so I have finally finished the tunnel driller. So I have spent many hours on this here, but I have finally got it complete. Alright, so this is what it looks like in its finished form. It's got a staircase to get up onto this here, and then that's pretty much how it digs in. So it actually starts off to about that there size. I'll put in the blueprint here now in a second, but that is what it looks like there, and I have to say that is such a satisfying hole there now, and all you have to do is drive a vehicle down into this and it goes straight down. So let me just get a quick blueprint and I'll show you how this here works, and then afterwards I'm just going to get a list of resources needed to build one of these. So let's get it. So it's going to be tunnel worm V2. I'm just going to paste this here somewhere. There we go. So that's what it looks like there in its built form. As you can see, it's hovering about there. I don't know why it's floating like that. Let me just get inside and see if it drives. It's probably like a station or something. Oh. Oh. Well, that makes sense. I have clipped it in with the ground. Let me do it a bit above ground. There you go. Right, so let me just show you quick features anyway. So, because this here is for the hardcore survival series, we don't have a jetpack, so we're gonna have to like use a lift to get up there. So that's what this here is. Now it is mostly subgrids. That's why all the blocks in red are bits to be grinded off whenever we're done building it. And let me just get on the lift here. It's automatic. After 2 seconds, it'll go up itself. So this gets us up here onto the main stage. So this is where you'll be able to actually use the drilling rig itself. Now you can go and use the cockpit here. So that's if you want to like say park here, just lock it down. And at the very back here you can see the pistons down, so that'll lock it to that. So we get out of here and we walk around the side. That hinge gets connected up here, that's why those pistons are there to lift it up onto it. And then we make our way up here to the staircase and out onto these here rams, and then this is the main controller for moving this here about. So let me just quickly show how this here thing is sort of how it works. So first of all, you have to get a merge block, put this here on top of it, and then what you do is you just extend this piston until it connects with it. Then once that's connected with it there, just remove these 2 blocks here, like that there, wait for them to go green. Remove these 2 here, and it lifts up a wee bit, just enough for to put this here on it. So that's that wee hinge part there, and you go in here and you just click attach, like that, and then you just delete everything up here. Now this piston doesn't delete for some reason, I don't know why, it's some sort of a bug, but it doesn't hinder any of the actions of the drill anyway, so it's okay. Now, let's for talk's sake say we have ore that is, I don't know, like a few meters. So let's play around with it a bit. Let's use this voxel thing and dig down a bit of a hole, right? So what you do is, to set this here up, first of all, I'm just going to delete these here coordinates first, because this is where I was practicing on it. So I'm just going to delete those 2 there, and I'm going to create a new one. So we're going to do GPS 0. So that's from this height here, so that's the 0 height. And then we go down into it, and say about there, and I'm just going to create another one, and that's going to be the ore height, as you see there. So what you do is go down to 0 point, but there, so until it hits about 0. And it's about 19 meters down, so that's okay. So what we do here is we get into the cockpit. And we go to the programmable block. Oh, PB, I've got to rename that. And this is uses trigonometry to determine how far away you need to be from the hole to get the perfect angle. So that's the script there. It's very, very short. So all it does is you have to put in the ore height. So in this case it was 19. And we're going to be drilling at an angle of 20 degrees. So that's how far the drill tips. So it is set at 20. So that's okay. And then the, let me see, is this ore height drill? And that's okay. So what we do is we do okay with that and we click run. So we need to be 52.2 meters away from that hole over there. So we're 101 meters away, so I'm going to try see if we can drive over. Let's see, unlock. 52, what was it, 52.2? I'm going to take it to about 60. I've done a margin of error of about 60, usually does the job. That'll do. Okay. And we lock that there. So that's that. And since this here is all ready to go, we just go up here to the control panel. And what we do first here is you actually maneuver this here down a bit. So, let's see. You tip it down like this here. But you don't actually clip that there on yet. See with the magnetic plate on the front. Then what you do is you unclip and hold down right click as you're going. Now it might sort of destroy itself as it goes down, but that's alright. That's where it gets down into it. But I have to remove that block. It's not actually complete yet. I just have to remove that, but it will make the first cut where it goes down into the hole. And what will happen is it will make its way down into that. As you see, it goes there and then it ends. You have to attach a whole load of other blocks onto it, so I'll just quickly show that so I'm not wasting time. So once that goes out as far as it can go, which is 2 piston lengths, you just simply come around here and you count 5 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put this here on there and put a merge block on top of this. And then these merge blocks don't have to be renamed because they're automatic. That'll merge up with this one here once I've updated the grid. It's weird the way that it updates. So let me just go into here. There it is. It's locked. Now we bring the back one to us. We press number 7 and press number 5, and that retracts the pistons in. And whenever that gets past, I'm just going to turn that one back on. And what will happen is that one there will close up and made up with this one here. Now it could be a wee bit faster, but for what I've trialed it is fast enough for it. I just have to make a couple of wee modifications to the nose of this here, resave it, and that will do the job. But other than that, it is pretty much ready to go. Just wait for that to merge. There it is. And we hop into this and repeat the sequence again once you press 9. So it will go back a wee bit, but I find you have to go back a wee bit and then go forward, and that clears a nice path. Otherwise you get these weird ridges in it. So you keep pushing down and down and down and down. Now I'm not going to do that the whole way because that will take a good 10-20 minutes to do, but for the likes of the hardcore survival, that should dig down right until we're level with it. So there is going to be some margin of errors that I'm going to calculate into it as well. That's what that margin for error was on the program. It's just not on this one here, it's in the older version, but there's a margin for error where let's say 10 meters of margin, so that you don't hit the ore right in the middle. You'll be hitting it sort of at the bottom of it, and that way then all you have to do is drill in and drill above you and around you, and it does the job. Now that's how far it's got there. So you can sort of see how far it's gone, and it's kind of like a smooth enough transition. There's a few lumps here and there, but it's not too bad. And let me see, let's just get the voxel tool and let's pretend that we're gonna, I always found it weird that they've done these here voxel tools. So I'm just gonna do this here for us. Imagine that it's gonna dig. Let me go down a wee bit. There it is. Now you can see there it has hit the slight bottom of that, but we did add 10 meters onto it. I found that the further you go, the more of a margin for error you're gonna need. So maybe about 5 meters would have done that, which is probably about the block height, is it? 3. About 2 blocks, yeah. So it is about 5 meters. Those are about 2.5 meters tall, I think. So yeah, about half that would do. But I found with the when I was doing all these here test holes, where are they? There's a whole load of them. Ah, there and over there. I found that if you're digging down, say 100 meters, you'd add about 10 meters, and if you're digging that there distance, it's only about 5 or so. But that's what the transition's there. So if you keep adding pieces on, so go another 5 blocks, add another bit on, go another 5 blocks, add a bit on, this will pretty much go forever. So as long as you have good power on the back. Now it is supported by 3 batteries here at the back, but I might add some solar panels in the survival world, but that's the way it is there. Now I'm just going to quickly tally up how much resources this would cost to make just from the blueprint itself. So let me just do a quick jump cut. Okay, so that's our resources calculated up. So as you can see there, should be up on the screen. It does it cost 31 point was it 31 point? I've recorded that down wrong. 31k iron, 446 nickel, 534 silicone, and 15 cobalt. I have completely recorded that down wrong. I don't know how I've done that. I was doing it in a rush. And then you can see all the components as well as how much it would cost to make it. It's fairly expensive. However, this here is designed to be like recyclable. So say for example, whenever we're finished with this thing, well, you could crawl it all the way back up, but it'd be probably quicker just to chop it here and project the top bit on it. So what I will probably do is save a projection of just the top bit alone, where you will just project a new bit and build that. It'd be quicker than bringing it all the way up, especially if you've gone down very, very deep. But really, this isn't designed to go really, really deep. It's only designed to really go down to the furthest resource, which is only about, what, about 150 meters. So let me just do a quick tally up on this here, just to see how much that would actually be. So say for example, for talk's sake, you were going down to an ore deposit of 150 meters, and you were doing an angle of 20, and your margin for error for that distance, I would probably set it to about 15. Let's see, that's 427 meters you will be back. That's quite a long tunnel. That's a very, very long tunnel. And just to put that into perspective, let me just check. Let's just create a point from here. So I'm just gonna, that'll do there. So that's for the 447 or so. That's a tunnel that's gonna come all the way out to about here. That's quite a steep tunnel. However, you will be able to drive it up and down it if you were to use a rover for it. However, I would probably suggest increasing your angle here. So instead of setting it for 20, maybe go for about 20-25. I've just gone for 20 because it was a nice number. You could find that this will work perfectly at say 25 to 30 degrees, which actually we could probably do now for a demonstration. So let's get rid of that there and use something that we would have. So let's get the other wee miner that we got. Oh, spelled it wrong. There it is, the miner. So let's put this here down anyway and just see if it would be fit to go down that. I should be able to. So let's see. It's a steep enough hill at 20 degrees. I don't think you would want it any steeper than that. Oh. This is not a great example, but this here is just reversing out. So it is struggling to reverse down there. This isn't even full yet. It's not even at max capacity. So I would just be a wee bit wary of... Well, I suppose this is ice as well, so it's a bad example. But it's just something that's worth noting. No, obviously the steeper the angle, the harder it is going to get out. But if you wanted to, well, I don't know about in our case, no, for a hardcore survival, you could put thrusters on it. They will cost cobalt, by the way. And you could actually project, like blast it up here. I'm just a bit skeptical of using it in hardcore survival because I'm not supposed to be using flying machines. However, bit of a loophole. If you just use it for ground vehicles, for pushing it and pulling, I would say this should be allowed. At the end of the day, I'm the one making up the rules, so I would say as long as it doesn't leave the ground, it's okay. Yeah, like not go too wild with it now. As long as it's like rover based, I'd say it'd be okay. But if you were looking for your own world, where you had to drill down for stuff, it is good enough for it. Now, I'm sure there is probably better designs, and somebody's going to probably say, oh, you could do something better. If I was doing this again, I'd probably put 3 drills across here. That way you get more of an even surface going up and down this. But if I do know what, I'd probably end up designing a rover to have better wheels. So let me just quickly check. What do I have? So that's just the standard 3x3. I would probably go for the 5x5. Yeah, I'd probably go for that set there. That would probably be a lot better. And in fact, I think that's what we'll do for the next episode. But yeah, no, I'm going to leave it at that. It's been quite a long episode. But as I said, I spent many hours trying to design something like this here. It's the caterpillar part's easy enough. That's the easiest part to design. It's literally trying to get access up onto this thing here without having to use a jetpack. That's all the things that have to come into thoughts whenever you're designing something like this here. So that's why it's taken so long to do. In terms of resources, 31k iron isn't that much. That's about 6 or 7 loads for the current machine we have up in what do you call it, hardcore survival. I just noticed this here. Was that the one that I had tested? This is probably one of the earlier versions. Yeah, it is. This is one of the earlier versions I had tested. It didn't do so well. It just sort of blew itself up. And there's one of the miners there at the minute. But yeah, it's a bit rough. It got there in the end though. But I'm looking forward to using this here in the hardcore survival. I feel like what we'll have to do is probably create the wee miner drill first and use that as like a mule, or we make the mule itself. Because we have cobalt now, because that did actually cost it. Let me just check. These better be large grid or I'm gonna be really sad. What is it? Why did I go for medium? Why was that not large? It should have been large. What's the capacity of one of those? 33,000 litres. 66. I suppose it's not too bad. So I'd say about 3 or 4 of these here filled up would probably get all the iron we need. And we have iron quite close to us in Hardcore Survival. I'll not go too off topic anyway, because this is kind of a different series, but they're both related to each other. But yeah, now I'm going to have an episode there. Thanks again for watching. If you have any comments or any suggestions, do drop them down below, or visit the Discord channel that is linked in the description. Follow the Discord channel for the schedule as well as the information board. There you'll be able to see what games we're playing, as well as when those games are coming out onto YouTube. If you're enjoying the content, do consider subscribing and dropping a like if you enjoy what you see. As you know, it helps show what people interest the most, and I will try and focus on those areas a bit more in the future. If you've already subscribed to the channel, I really do appreciate it. Thanks very much for that. I can see that the channel is fairly growing, so people are very, very interested in the space engineer side of things, so I will try and focus on that a little bit more. And I am enjoying the game itself and the fact that we're doing the hardcore survival in this here as well, so it's good. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for like what builds we can do, again, just drop it down below. I think the next thing we'll do is try and come up with a better version of the mule, because I'm not happy with it, the V1 of it. I would like a V2 where it's just large grid, not large grid, large cargo container but small grid machine, and then that will do the job. But for this here, I think we will eventually come up with another drilling machine, maybe one that will go straight down the ways with a rotating head on it, but that's in the future as well. This is more for driving down with a small grid vehicle. But yeah, anyway, that's for this here episode. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. I would like to give a massive shout out to the channel donators. You help make these videos possible.